everyone, and welcome to another episode of Always Tell Me the Odds, number 24, episode 24. And with me today is Magnus, as always. Hello, Magnus.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Good to hear. Good to hear. It's a Monday, as usual. We are back to
Monday
to
as
schedule.
usual.
So that's good.
Nice weather outside, starting to get closer to summer in Sweden at least.
It's really warm outside.
Yeah.
It's time to start playing through with a t-shirt, basically.
Yeah.
So
play some outside maybe.
Yeah. Maybe not. It's a lot of wind where we're living, in the region where we're living. It's a lot of wind. So maybe that is not super good for a card game, but who knows?
Yeah, kind of hard to play outside.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, SWU related, lately or last week since last episode?
Yeah. So I did attend our local gaming store on Thursday last week, as we usually play.
Yep.
So that was fun. That was the only time last week I played, I guess.
Yep.
I know I don't really have any tournaments or anything like that in the near future for me to try decks for or something like that. So I've been just testing around different decks, going back, played some of my favorite Palpatine. Tried Palpatine with the Lake Country base. Only green Palpatine, but not double green. Feels like quite a good deck right now, actually.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to play Trench quite a lot.
Yes.
Admiral Trench. He's a super fun leader to play.
It's a very interesting leader.
I'm gonna keep on trying to get that leader to work in Premiere.
Yeah.
And
it's an interesting leader for sure.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, in last Thursday, we did get to start the campaign that you have created for us.
Yes.
Our local group.
Yes.
So I guess that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
A little bit about.
That's our thought.
I guess so what have you been doing? I guess a lot of what you've been doing is centered around the campaign.
Yeah, a lot about that. I did play some. It was on Tuesday. We were in the local store, and I did play some Premiere just to try out because I'm working on to find a Ray deck with a Data Vault. Like everybody uses a Data Vault now, but I like Ray. So now when she came up a little bit on the boards, both in Lille, but also I've seen some PQs and stuff now. I figure I go back to her, and so I've tweaked a deck, the Ray Data Vault deck, a little bit, and I wanted to try her out because those decks that I tried first didn't work very well for me. So I have tweaked it a little bit and played that a little bit, and it works really well. And I'm really close to the Ray deck that I had back when I started playing the game. I built my own Ray Green deck, and everybody was like, "Oh, why do you play Ray Green? That doesn't work." But now it works. So everybody
played Ray with Tarkin Town.
Yeah, I mean, I did that on my first PQ in Copenhagen, and it worked well. But I'm more comfortable with the green, actually. I don't like Tarkin Town very much. I know people say it's super good, and it probably is super good, but I don't know. It doesn't suit me very well.
I mean, right now looks like Data Vault is the go-to base. So why not try it out?
Yeah, for sure. So that's basically what I've been doing. And also we had some new people coming in. There were two young people. They were 12 years old coming in, starting to play, one with their father. Actually, both fathers came this time, so they were four of them.
Yeah, really
now.
nice.
But I played a little bit with them, and they are super into it, and I've tried to help them, and also some other people in our group help them. So hopefully they come back and get more and more into the community. So that's nice. It's also always nice with new people coming in.
Of course.
So,
and I mean, a lot of us were really occupied by the campaign on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for them, but we also told them that this is a startup, this is just this time. So, but yeah, the campaign for sure. I've been putting in a lot of effort the last like 2 weeks to get that going, actually.
So we have mentioned the campaign before, but so what is this campaign? It's called Galactic Frontlines.
It is. Galactic Frontlines is called.
How would you describe the campaign? What is it?
What is it? Wow, that's a hard question. But what is it? You can say it's a way to play Star Wars Unlimited, but with a narrative. So because I really like Star Wars Unlimited, and I like to just meet up and play the cards. It's a lot of fun. But in my like soul, I am a RPG player. I started pen and paper RPG when I was 6 years old, which is about 40 years ago. So, and I still play pen and paper RPG. So I'm very, very much into that, and I love good stories, and I love storytelling, and I love quests, and I love all that involves creating and be creative with that. I really like that. So there was one day I was like, it should work to do a narrative and a campaign where you use the fact that we are in the Star Wars universe and combine that with Star Wars Unlimited, because I don't know, it became obvious to me that would work. So yeah. So
and I mean, we were quite a lot of players that was really interested when you first came with the idea on our local Discord.
For sure.
And so we are 9 players, right?
9,
9 players, yeah.
And there were more from the beginning that were interested in it, but of course it comes with some kind of commitment also, which I understand. So some people were like, yeah, maybe I join in later, or else we'll see how it turns out, or how much time it takes. And because I don't know how much time it will take for each player, so we are on season 0 trying stuff out. So but 9 players as it is now, for sure.
So how does it work now? What's it's not a final product, or it's not a product at all, it's just like a campaign. But what did you come up with that we started with?
So this is very unofficial. It's nothing that any of the like Asmodee or Fantasy Flight games or anything, they are not behind this at all. So that's first of all, it's just for our local play group here. But what it is that I divided, or I actually asked you to wish for a leader you wanted to play. So you did that, and fortunately it became about 50-50. So there are 4 people who play heroic leaders and 5 people who play villainy, which makes sense because the villainies and the Imperials, they are always cheating a little bit. So they won more.
And I mean, I guess our listeners can guess quite easily which side I'm on.
Yeah, since I am always playing heroic and you always play villainy, so you're on. So what are you playing? Tell us.
So of course, I'm right now I'm very into playing Admiral Trench. So why not try to make him work in this fun way as well?
Yeah.
He's a cool character.
He is a really cool character. So that's how it is. It's 5 villainy players, 4 heroic players. And then I created a map which contains of different sectors. I think it's 30 sectors. And then I filled that map with star systems. I filled them there are 2 wormholes. And there are names of those sectors. And also the stars, no, not the sectors, the star systems. And the star systems, there are 2 of those star systems. They are dual star systems. So they are like twin suns. So that's that map, and I plotted out that some sectors are for the heroic ones and some sectors are for the villainy, and most of the sectors are neutral as it is now. And so you got that, and then I started to do those frontline news where I put up like a narrative that's like, oh, it's a new at the rim of the galaxy. There's a new region that haven't been explored before, and it turned out that it was not empty as we thought from the beginning. And now the fractions are sending their best leaders in there. So it's a little bit of a narrative, and this map a lot evolves around this map, basically.
Yeah.
So
and so I mean, on Thursday we started with like both teams got to plan which sectors they wanted to start in, and like make one move. So every player made one move to another sector.
Exactly.
And then we like sent that to you, and you put that all together, and we got some sectors that were like occupied by both sides.
Exactly.
And that's where we had to play games to decide who takes the sector.
Yeah, that's where the big battle became or came up, and so you went into one sector, and then a heroic player went into the same sector. So you had to play out a battle, and a battle is it's a game of Star Wars Unlimited. So you sit down with your cards and you play 3 matches, exactly like any tournament you are in. And the winner of those 3 matches gets the sector, and the other one bounce back to where they come from.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. And
I can also say that like it's you've done it, or I think that was from all you the how we make the decks. So you decided that we didn't want to have too powerful decks in the beginning. Because I mean, it's not as fun if you only get like the meta decks from right now to play each other. We wanted to have the possibility to play some different leaders, some fun leaders, and to just see what happens, so that no one really knows who is good or bad. So the restrictions we got on like making the decks is like make a normal deck with a sideboard, but we can't have any legendary cards in the deck, and we can only have one rare card. And like 3 of. So you can have 3
copies of that card.
Yeah. So that was really hard to make the decks. Actually, I mean, legendaries is, of course, some decks don't have that much legendaries, maybe, but then if they don't, they usually have quite a lot of rare cards instead. So this was it's like you started to really like, okay, how can I even make a deck with only common, uncommons, and like 1 rare card? As a villainy player, and I do play my trench with the green base, I was really happy when I didn't know, I didn't have the like I don't really check what type cards are when I normally do make a deck, but Overwhelming Barrage is an uncommon, and that's that we're really happy about that, we can say, because that's a really good card to have in a play like this. So it was really fun to do something like this, actually.
And it was a lot of fun to be the game master and watch you people doing that, because I have created in our Discord, I have created 2 separate channels where the villainy has 1 channel and the heroism has 1 channel, where you can discuss strategies and your decks and so on. And both teams were very like, oh, I have this one. Oh, how do I do this one? I don't have this card. How should I do that? It was way harder for you to make the decks with the restrictions I put in than I thought it would be. And then some people sent me the deck list, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And I was like, yeah, but you have 3 different rare cards here. And I was like, no. Like, do they have to redo it again? It's like, but it is it's a ordinary deck with at least 50 cards and a sideboard with 10 cards. But the restrictions was only common and uncommon cards, and you may use 1 rare card and 3 copies of that, and up to 3 copies of that. But it was way harder than I thought it would be for you.
Yeah, it was.
So but it was fun.
But it was really fun it was a different it was really fun to do something different, to build a deck like that. I really hope that sometime in the not too far future, maybe even like Fantasy Flight does make like other card games do usually have a commoner type, or like I think Magic calls it pauper or something like that.
Okay.
It's like you can only use it, it's restricted with easier for newer players to play, like not that you can only have like common cards and maybe a few or and uncommons and maybe a few rares, or it's different in different games, but I think that's quite good for the game if you can have a format like that. That's even easier to for a new player to get the cards for, because the common and uncommon cards in this game doesn't cost almost anything to get your hands on. You can usually get them from like more experienced players that have way too much cards.
So. And I mean, we also saw that when the new players came in now on Tuesday, or actually last Tuesday when we played draft, most of us had all the cards that we got, so we just gave them to them. So they went home with a huge stack of cards, and they were like, "Oh my god, are you sure about this?" And we were like, "Yes, take them."
So and I mean, if you did, then it's still hard for them to go home and make like a premier deck that can really compete if they want to. But if you have like a format that doesn't let you use like legendaries and almost no rares, then they could actually go home and make a deck that could compete right away. And that's also good. And
and I know one of those.
I really like the premier format, of course, but it's good to have like the variety and different types.
For sure. Yeah. There's the one with the 12-year-old kids that were the new ones. They made their own deck. I didn't get to play against him, but he made his own deck, and he was super excited about it. So it was nice. And also, I was like, that is also one reason why I put in the campaign that you can only use common and uncommon cards from the start, because if there are new people coming in, I want them to be able to join in on the campaign, to keep them out. So bring them into the campaign, and then they can start with the common and uncommon card decks. So, but there is also so the battles in Galactic Frontlines. So at least now in the start, when you go into a battle, so if you lose the battle, you bounce back to the sector where you came from, and you are also allowed to make adjustments in your deck, especially now in the beginning, because on Tuesday was the first time you tried out your decks for real against another player in the campaign, and there might be that you figure out some things that does not work at all in the deck. So then I give you the opportunity to actually change it. Not the winners though. They can stick with their deck.
Yeah, that's a fun way to do it as well. Like to when you take you're in a new area, so you can't really rework your
because they're in
fleet or
then you're in the front lines. You need to man up there. So, but if you go back, you have what do you say? Reserves,
reinforcements and reserves. And you can change your deck, and you can it's a fun little way. And hopefully it could like balance out if there is one deck that wins all games, maybe the other side could like make a really good deck against that deck, because and things like that. So
and also
we'll see.
But so that is the basic of the campaign. Is that you built those decks. I made a map, and then you make moves, and
then like we also got from you before we made our starting moves. We got like you call them mission cards.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go into what specifically they are, but it's like maybe you get something for taking a certain area or something like that. So each side got different types of missions. So on my side, my team, we discussed like which moves we wanted to do based on the mission cards and like that.
So I have one mission card for yours. So mission card is just basically an A5 that I give you, and so both sides get one mission card. And I was thinking about you get a mission card each week, but I will see about that. But you get mission cards, and there's like short-term missions and long-term missions, and you get credits to manage to get those goals. I still don't really know what the credits are for, but we'll work that out.
That's a fun thing. Like this is an evolving campaign. We don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
have
don't really
ideas.
have an ending to the campaign either. Like there is not
true.
Not like a final, like this is how you win. We don't really have that.
No, there is one.
Of course, we want to take more areas for us, our side.
There are actually two conditions where you actually win the campaign, no matter what the narrative says. One is that you take all the sectors on the map, and the other one is that you take all the star systems in the map. But that is very, very, very hard to do. So
it doesn't feel likely that that's going to happen to either side. So we need something else to end the campaign.
But I have some thoughts about those credits, what you are going to use those for. So you will buy stuff for it, and you can use it for different so to get a better chance to win or whatever. It's there. You can be so creative with this. But I have some thoughts about that for sure.
And also, like you said, and you actually did as well. Like you're gonna put in different events that's gonna happen, like from week to week. Like we actually did 2 moves last Thursday just to get the campaign going, and the second move you got we got some disturbance, like some radio communication jam.
Or transmission jam it was called.
So the team did not get to talk to each other about what moves every player wanted to do. We had to do it on our own because we didn't have communications. So that's kind of fun as well too.
So that's one of the like basics of the campaign, is that first of all you make the moves. If you end up in the same sector, you have a battle, so you play a match of SWU. But you also have those events. So every week there is a new event. And the first event was nothing happens. There was no event. The second one was the transmission jam. So before you could talk to each other and plan and how to move and so on. But transmission jam made so you couldn't talk to each other. So you just sent me the coordinates where you were moving, and I played it out. And there will be more events like there is an asteroid coming in, and the fraction that takes control of that sector gets a booster pack or whatever. And there are I've been thinking about there's some major migration going on, so I will give you 5 battle droids that you shuffle into your deck, or there's a supernova, so I take 5 random cards from your deck, and now you get to play with that. There will be events like that will disturb stuff, and also in the narrative there might be that if one side is doing way better, I might put in narrative to swing that, so it's easier for the other ones. And since we are talking about the Imperials and the Rebels a lot, so we can use that for a narrative. But I also been very, very cautious because I am not super good at the Star Wars narrative and like the Star Wars universe and what's happening, all the movies and all the books and so on. I'm not super good at that. So I have put this in a rim of the galaxy. So it's a new region that is unexplored. So because I don't want to put in too much of the Star Wars lore in there.
I mean, that's good because then you can do like whatever you want.
Yeah, it gives me a better
this part of the galaxy.
It makes. And
I mean, there are endless.
Easier.
Endless possibilities to do with this. I know you've been talking about like trade routes and how to make it more political, maybe, and it's a super fun thing, and it's really nice to have like you have your team and we talk, like we write to each other, and, like what's our strategy and what decks we help each other with decks, and it's a really nice way to like really make a community even like tighter.
That was
in this game. So,
the main reason why I came up with this was because I wanted us as a community to get something more than just meet up and play our premier decks against each other. I mean, I like that, so we will continue doing that. But I also wanted something more that we as a community can build together, and hopefully more people joins in as there are more people coming into the game. And as I said, it's like even beginners and newcomers can come in because you have those channels where you can discuss and you can help each other out, and it's the decks are easy to get together, and so I hope it will be something that we can build together for some
and I
time
mean
forward.
we'll try to keep you guys updated,
Yeah.
like from time to time,
Yeah.
on how it's going and when we know more and
Yeah.
like things like that. So
We'll see if we can do some content.
really
around it.
encourage people to try to do something
Yeah.
similar, because so far at least it was a big hit last Thursday at least,
A
or
lot of people
Tuesday.
are super psyched.
Feels really fun to do something like this, something completely different from. I mean, I'm a competitive player as well. I really like to compete in this game, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's just fun to make a wacky deck with a cool leader and just like do some more campaigny stuff like
Yeah.
this. It's super fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
can really recommend to try it out.
I am not a very competitive person when it comes to stuff like this, but I've become super much more when I came into Star Wars Unlimited, because now I was like, where's the tournament? The next tournament? I want to go to tournament because it's a lot of fun. But but I also think it's something else is needed to really grow a community into something very like strong. To grow a community into a strong community, I think we need more than competitive gaming. I think competitive gaming is a super important part of it, and I think we should grow that immensely in this game. But I also think we need something else, and I think this community around Star Wars Unlimited is a super good community to do something like this, because all the people I have met, not only in our local group, but all the people I've met on tournaments and stuff, they are super nice people, and everybody is super much joining into the community. You can see that with all the casting from the different tournaments around the world. It's from the community, and it's a very helpful, and everybody's inviting, and there's no like competitiveness between creators and so on. People are helping each other out, which is really nice. So I think things like this is fun. But I mean, if there's anyone listening to this that has something similar or something else in their local community or so on, we would love to hear about that, because then I can also nick some, so I can get some inspiration.
Can get some help. So if you have like suggestions and or stuff like that, just join our Discord, and we always want to hear what you guys think. So, and that would be super fun.
Yeah, that's always fun. But I mean, I have a lot of. I mean, I could work full time with this, because I have so many ideas about this. As you mentioned, the trade routes, I have some thoughts about that. That we will use, because I have some ideas that we will pretty soon do. And then the politics, I love to put in politics in games like this, because you can have traders, and so I can tell you, for instance, like an individual, if you do this will gain you immensely, but your team will probably not like it, but this will help you. so then you come into politics, and you can weave that into the narrative, and there's so much you can do, and it will be fun to see where this goes, to be honest.
I really like it so far.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I was a little bit nervous, because everybody's so psyched, so I was like, don't put your expectations too high now, please, because I need to have time to do this also.
But I mean, also everyone's coming with new ideas and how to go forward, and how we're supposed to like shape it. So and this is the first time, so I mean we'll just go like see where it takes us, and we'll see what happens. And maybe it'll be more strict or like more thought out the next time we do it.
For sure. I've got a lot of really good feedback and good ideas already. So, but for instance, so on the map there are 2 sectors that have those twin suns, the dual star systems, and my thought was that you meet up. It's like to be able to take that sector, you need to meet up 2 players against 2 players, and then you play like 4 or 3 matches there. But then I was like, well, maybe just we play a twin suns, but with ordinary decks. But then there were some of the people that were in the campaign that came up with, they have something similar in Magic, like a rule system where you can play like against each other, but you play at the same time.
Like 2 versus 2?
Yeah, 2 versus 2, exactly. So I will look into that a little bit. We'll see. We will see where that goes, for sure.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so we'll see. But it's been a lot of fun. But I think we could share the start map in our Discord, I guess, just to people see how the map looks like. It's not advanced or fancy at all, but it's a map.
I mean, you could show like share the first map and then maybe like the first moves, what happened there, just to see how it worked.
I made a quirky little video with that. We'll see, we can share that, and also I can share the first the Galactic or the Frontline news, the first one I can share also, like just to let people know how it looks like, kind of.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how much we can share or how much time I have to put together content for it.
But, that's something. It takes a lot of time to do something like this, but it's
and a full-time job and kids. So it's
a lot of things to do, and you want to play as well.
I want to play as well.
Yourself.
That was on Tuesday. I was like, I want to play too. Because I can't play in the in the campaign since I know every move and I know everything, so I can't do that, of course. But it's
I mean, you could maybe that's a thing. Like, could be like a third party sometimes like. I mean, some pirates or something that comes in, and you could play those. Okay, you have thoughts. You have thoughts. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there are bounty hunters in this universe.
Boba Fett comes and destroys something.
The Fett family is coming. all the band cards are coming in.
You use all the like broken decks.
Exactly.
Just crush our fun decks.
That's something else. That could be something.
So that's I mean, that's a little insight in this, and we'll come back to this in the future.
We will.
Something that's really fun for us. And,
but
as I said, I recommend. We wanted to try out this as well.
For sure. We wanted to share just a little bit, like, because it's something else. So we wanted to share a little bit that we can think about, like think outside the box a little bit and add something more to a already fantastic game, and just to have fun with it. So
I guess
maybe you wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And before we go, of course, we always want to know the odds on this podcast. Always tell me the odds. So today I have a question for you, Marcus.
I am ready.
This is this is a kind of a wacky question. I'm not 100% on the how accurate this actually is, but
okay.
According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in America, they've made a big study on like bathroom injuries. And so the question is, what are the odds of being injured by a toilet in America?
like the water closets?
Yeah, I guess like the water.
What are the odds for that? Oh God, in percentage? Or
no, like in one in.
Injury from that, like that's probably way more common than you think it is. Like say one in a like per toilet visiting, I guess it is then. Like say 1 in 10,000.
I think that's could be like the first time any one of us have guessed the exact correct answer. Actually, it's 1 in 10,000. So that's really nice.
Gee, really?
Yeah, great.
Wow.
So I guess so. That's a good guess because it's great.
I am a bathroom engineer, so I know everything about that. All right.
As I said, I'm not entirely sure of the accuracy of this question, but it was fun, so why not?
I mean, it's not super crazy. It's like if it's
it's
1 in 10,000 visitors in a toilet. There's a lot of visitors to toilets every day, and they are.
And I mean, it's also it's injured by. So it's. Yes. I mean, I haven't read the article, but it could be like super small injuries to actually bigger things as well. So
accidentally put down the lid on your fingers, or
just like could be. Could be
slip and hit your head on it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's amazing that you got the
that's
exact
crazy.
Right answer.
I will celebrate.
That's the first time
tonight.
I think. Yeah, you should.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap this up. So first of all, thank you everyone for listening. And as you know by now, we have a Discord that you can join. And as we said, we can share the map for the campaign there and also the first Frontline news, so you can just see how it looks like a little bit. And there's a link in the description of this episode. And we also have a YouTube where we upload episodes, and we also now have an Instagram and Blue Sky, and all of those, there are links to those in the show notes. And you can find us both in the Swedish and the international Discord, me as Following and Magnus as Dragonfly. So interact with us there and write us something. We don't bite, so just ask us question and interact with us. We are happy to do that with you. So thank you so much everyone for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.